Good day everyone, I am Cadet Parahele John Philip. This day I am going to discuss about the sixth problem in our subject, which is MTC. First problem, number 1. If the variation and deviation are given, how to determine compass error? To solve the compass error, we must have to find the variation and deviation. Our variation is 6 degrees east and our deviation is 2 degrees east. We must add the variation and deviation because they have the same east, so that our compass error is 8 degrees east. And the other example is our variation is 6 degrees east and our deviation is 2 degrees west. And we must have to subtract the variation and deviation because they have different, which is east and west. And the answer is our compass error is 4 degrees east. Our second problem is if the compass error and variation are given, how to determine the deviation. To determine our deviation is we must have to find the compass error and variation. Our compass error is 6 degrees west and our variation is 2 degrees east. We must have to add the compass error and variation to find our deviation, and the answer is 8 degrees west. Do you notice that I used west because in our variation we used east, and east always reverse the sign, which is west. It is named add because they have the same west and west, and if we must use subtract if different. Our third problem is if the true bearing and compass bearing are given, how to determine the compass error. To determine our compass error is we must have to find the true bearing and compass bearing. Our true bearing is 0.42 degrees and our compass bearing is 0.39 degrees. It is always subtract the true bearing and compass bearing. To find our compass error is equals 0.03 degrees. Compass best error is always west and compass least error is always east. Our fourth problem is if the compass course, deviation, and variation are given, how to determine the true course. In this time, we have to use the candid man both ways. Our compass course is 260 degrees. Our deviation is 2 degrees east. And to find the magnetic course, we must add the compass course and deviation, which is 262 degrees. We apply add because in deviation we must use east. And to find the true course or true course, we must add the magnetic course and variation. Our variation is 2 degrees east and our magnetic course is 262 degrees. And our true course is 264 degrees. Our fifth problem is if the true course, variation, and deviation are given, how to determine the compass course. So in this time, we must use the true virgin make the companions. Our true course is 220 degrees and our variation is 5 degrees east. So to find the magnetic course is we must have to subtract the true course and variation, and the answer is 215 degrees. We must subtract because our variation is we are using east, and which is subtract. And to find our compass course is we must have to add the magnetic course and deviation. Our magnetic course is 215 degrees and our deviation is 4 degrees west. So west is we must have to add, and our answer is the compass course is 219 degrees. Our last problem is explain how to update variation in a compass rose. In this example, the current variation of 2009 is 04 degree and 15 minutes west. For us to have to update variation, these are the solution. And we are subtract the 2022, which is our current year, minus to 2009, and the answer is 0013 years times 8 minutes, and it is equals to 104 minutes. The answer is we must have to convert it into degree, and the answer is 01 degree and 44 minutes east. Then the variation of 2009 is 04 degree and 15 minutes west. And the answer is 01 degree and 44 minutes east. We must have to subtract, and our updated version is 02 degree and 31 minutes west. That's all. Thank you.